People of the internet, I'm back. This whole COVID thing has sort of slowed down the testing of audio, but I got myself a nice pile to test for my befriended audio tradesman, and he doesn't have time to figure this out and I do. Well, I actually don't, I just like it so much that I make time. But I'm completely out of practice, it turns out. First of all, I didn't charge the batteries of my camera, so I'm not sure how long it's gonna last. We may have to switch to phone at some point. And then I was like, amplifier tuner. No, it's not, it's a receiver. Nice surprise. So this whole pile is nothing exciting, to be honest, but it's a nice varied pile of amplifiers, some cassette decks, some CD players, some speakers, and I got myself a brand new chalk marker to write on them what's wrong, because these stickers that I was using, they didn't really work. So let's see, this is somehow rubbing the front of the device, so that needs some love, but this one's plugged in now. We have a source running. These are just for show because they actually go to the other amplifier up here. I have the sound card directly plugged into the video CD tape to aux. That's one input, video CD tape to aux. So that's this one, I guess. Let's see what we get. Ooh, that's not good. Okay. That's not a good noise and that's not a good hiss. I'm not sure if you were able to hear, but that usually means it's going to fry your speakers in no time. So I will say this one, it's a Marantz SR220. Nice clean looking device, but this is not the one we're going to use for testing because it's iffy. So I'm just going to write that on there. It actually says 43 by 146.5. Is that the size they put on there? Or this still has a sticker? See, it's really new. Okay. Wakey wakey. I always feel like I'm destroying them when I do this, but it's the only way to activate them, right? Buzz and hiss does play, is what it says. Let's move to this one then, shall we? Okay, I have the bottom one plugged in. Now it actually has an MMMC phono preamp, so this is quite an upmarket amplifier. It's the PM, sorry, 351, it's just an amp. Wow, did you hear that? Listen. Okay, now we didn't. A big bong just went through the device, that was a bit weird. Well, there you go. Not sure if this is working, to be honest. Not sure if the lowest one is working. Maybe my speakers are just too small. The rest seems to work, so yeah, I guess it is. So we got the CD input working. It is working, but it's barely audible through these little speakers. Okay, so something went wrong with the front plate of this because I just pressed some buttons and they won't come out. Everything's slightly skewed, including the volume button. He did tell me he dropped this one, so I'm pretty sure that's the reason. Which is a pity because it works fine otherwise. So we try and turn these off again, which is now a bit of a challenge. I will obviously try to fix this one because this is just sad. These CD and DVD players are in such a nice pile that I figured I'd grab them all in one go. Power's on, power's on, power's on, and power's on. That's a good start. No disc we get. Let's grab some discs. Sounds like a typical Philips from that era. Rather harsh, but it's functional. Does this one read as well? Because if it does, we will hook it up to audio. They are quite gross, but nothing bad. Noisier than the previous one. Does not read. Sometimes it's just dust. Don't laugh. You'd be surprised how often that actually works. It's trying now. See, now it works. It needs a clean, but it works. So let's hook it up to some audio. Yeah, that's what I thought. So that one works perfectly. That one isn't reading quite happily. Okay. Then we get to the DVD players because CD players are aging badly. Oh, that's cheap. So I'm actually testing some DVD players these days because you know, chances are that these will outlive the CD players. It does read, it gave me 27 tracks, it is running.
Trouble, trouble, trouble.
Working just fine. Let's see if you read. It says. Loads of noises. Let's see if we get some sound. And if it sounds any better than the other ones. Yep, it does. Looks like to be the same thing almost, but it sounds different. This one also reads a lot quicker once it's loaded. So, good, good, doesn't read properly. Good, that's a good score. 3 out of 4. Is this going to be the trend of today? Record players! It's not every day that you see a white record player. This is a Hitachi HT MD40. Never seen this one before. It's probably a piece of junk, but I do like the way it looks. It's running. There's no stylus. Quality. Yeah. That was properly stuck in there, probably because it's quite gross. But here we go, new stylus. Don't think the speed, oh there we are, speed switch is a bit dirty. So I think it was still stuck in there. Okay, let's just have it play first. Pretty sure. Doesn't sound too happy, to be honest. Let's see if the auto start works this time. It's slightly stuck in there, that's not ideal. Where are you going? Ah, there you're going. Okay. Okay. It's a little Philips. These tend to work. It doesn't have a stylus, but let's first see if it runs. Yes, it does. The bell definitely needs some love. It's very sticky and gross, but it's alive-ish. Ah, see? 2 used ones. Oh boy. Here we go. Man, that thing needs some time to wake up. Let's see. Let's help it a little. Come on. Yeah, there you go. And down. Okay, perfectly fine. So, except for it running a bit slow with probably a wonky belt, seems to work okay. So, okay. Needs belt. This one, kind of cool as it may be, it's a Sony PSLX330p, but it's not going to make it because it has one of those system control plugs. And of course, you can wire it into a power lead and everything, but yeah, it's not gonna happen. So I'm just gonna take the stylus and save that. Now here's some classic record player abuse. What do you do when your record player doesn't track properly? You just put a coin on it if it doesn't track straight. Like the tracking force of these isn't high enough. They're already doing like 5 grams. With this coin on it, I don't even want to know how much it is. Ooh, double-sided. Ooh, it's not even double-sided tape. It's just cello tape used as double-sided tape. Classy. Let's do this. That stylus is, well, so gross that I can't even see if there's a stylus anymore. Thing is, the thing is though, these things are actually not horrible. If you imagine that they're like 49 euros, they are not completely destroying your records. And they usually run quite at the right speed, and even if you hook them up to an amplifier, they don't sound horrid. You'd be surprised. I wouldn't recommend them, don't get me wrong, but they are not as bad as you may think. So, of course, the hinges are broken, they always are. They're supposed to clamp, they're supposed to have 2 plastic bits that clamp around the dust cover. They're always gone, so I'm just going to take the hinges out and put the dust cover just like this. And this one is, as expected, okay. Wake up my... Ooh, there's a very Jackson Pollock here. Oh, the camera's the wrong way around. Let me fix this. Okay, 2 more CD players I think, and then we're gonna swap amplifiers because we can, because this one has proven to work. This is cool. It's a Grundig CD 5500. Can you see it properly? Yeah, you can. It's a beautiful CD player. I've never seen it before. It's really heavy. I think it's Philips Electronics. Also by the sound of things. Solid machine. Where is my test CD? I hope it works because I see this typical swing arm cut out. So it's probably a Philips CDM2. On the inside, Philips CDM2, it says DEF. DEF. I think that means defective. That's even better than error. Oh my god. Rattles doesn't read. There we are. But it's a pretty looking machine. Look at it. Very nice looking little CD player. Very heavy indeed. But very dead as well. God, that was some... wait. To be honest, that sounds a bit like there's a CD inside. Let me open it up. So as it turns out, the torque screws at the sides are T10 and the torque screws at the back are T8. What the... Anyway, I needed 2 sets of screwdrivers to open this. But let's see if there's indeed a CD inside, because it sounds like something's rattling. I hope I'm right, because I would like this one to work, but I'm not. Okay, now that it's open, we can see the insides. It is a very nicely built machine. Look at the thing. What's rattling? Is that just a drive mechanism? There's no CD hiding anywhere, right? Noisy. Okay, let's put a CD in and see what rattles. Now I'm actually curious. That's your problem. It probably works fine if I keep it pressed down. It still doesn't read. There's something rattling here. It's a bit weird. Why does this rattle? There's a little rubber thing that's not quite as it should be. Okay, I don't think that's the reason, but still, can give it a shot. Well, at least I solved the rattle. It's not reading. Okay, it's open now. I'm gonna give it a clean. Where's my alcohol? I need my alcohol. Laser does look dirty. Would be kind of cool if I were to fix it this way. Nope. Okay, let's try one more thing before I completely give up. Maybe it just does not like CDRs at all, so give it an official CD. Reading. Hey! Is it just this CDR? Because I've noticed that CDR, for some reason, some CD players don't like it. No, it's not reading this one either. So let's try my completely beaten up Jack Johnson CD, because if it reads that, we know it's just that it really doesn't like CDRs. Okay, it's reading that. Now let's do it without the hand, because I realized I just forgot that. There's loads of lights on here for the video. No, it reads just fine. It's just that it doesn't like CDRs. So let's see how it sounds, because I do like the machine. Sounds a lot better than the other ones. Yeah, it's fine. This one sounds really nice actually. So, CD players fine, just doesn't read CDRs. Something to remember. No CDR. It's hard to speak English and write Dutch. That does something weird in your brain. But this one's cool. I'm happy about this. Especially since it's just such a nice little machine. Yeah, cool. Nice. I'm not gonna lie, I do have a bit of a soft spot for these pretending to be serious rigs. So they're separate record players, separate. Why doesn't the record player fit on the amplifier? That's such an oversight. Separate record player, separate amplifier, separate tuner. And then it all powers on with the same, I don't even know. The power supply is in the amp, but then the record player gets its power from the tuner, which doesn't seem to light up so much. That's probably just a dead light though, I will see in a second. Let's see, do we get anything? Speakers. It's very quiet. The record player is hooked up to phono, it gets its power from the tuner, but there's an external out-in, and that makes me wonder, is it one of those bridges that you need to, bridge? One way to find out. Aha! Pretty sure we're not going to get any issues with the music now. Okay, let's see what's up with this. So it does work, but it runs very slowly. If that's a belt, I'm actually impressed it runs at all. Hey, there goes the C-clip. The belt doesn't feel that bad, to be honest, but it's one of those that you can barely get on. God, these are horrid. Okay, I can't tell how tight the belt will be. Oh, and it fell off. Yeah, these are absolute pains in the butt, to be honest. I'm not sure why they thought this was an acceptable system. Okay, someone greased the platter bearing. I don't think that's original, so I feel like this one has been having issues for some time now. I think I got our issue. The issue is not the belt, the issue is the platter. They used the wrong grease and it's just sticky now. Look, they use this kind of stuff. I'm going to get that grease off and clean the belt because it's got grease on it now as well. I think that should do the trick. Let's see. Trying to get the platter off without the grease makes you realize why they put the grease on there in the first place, but... If you wonder why it's still slightly off, the belt has a massive kink. It's been standing stationary in the same spot for too long, but I think that's really it, so let's give it a new belt. So happy it runs the correct speed because the adjustment pot for the pitch are underneath the platter and getting that on and off, pain in the ass. We switched to the phone as you can tell. Sorry for that, but yeah, my Osmo Pocket 2 is dead. Let me check if there's actually also pots at the bottom because often there are. No, so really happy that it's running the right speed. So that works. The tuner seems to work fine too, but the light is out, as they do. Tuner works. The thing doesn't even sound bad. The only problem is you need to fix the tuner light if you want to use the whole thing. I mean, you can live without the light, of course, but the record player actually gets its power from the tuner. Sure, you could get a 12-volt adapter and just hook that up to it, but it's nice to get it to work fully, so I guess the tuner needs a fix. And then it's fine otherwise. I kind of like it. Is that a bad thing? I'm sorry. So I'd actually planned to use that Sherwood stereo for the next testing purposes, but I accidentally took it all apart already. And I was like, you know what, let's just move off the amp then. Here's the belt of the Sherwood, so you can see it has a bit of a, yeah, so that's gone. Right, here's a little JVC amplifier that I like. It's the AXE 700. These are nice little amps, they don't sound bad at all. Let's see if we get some sound. Ooh. Do we have a source playing? We do not. Now we do. It is obviously... Hey, that's good. Why are all inputs doing the same thing? Because I accidentally plugged it into the tape rack, and that's exactly what you get then. If you plug an input into an output, it will go through the entire amplifier. So let's try this again. Aux. No CD? Now I'm lost. I plugged it into CD, yes. So why nothing? Hey. That's interesting. Because this one too has an adapter. Okay, this is becoming a thing. So, without adapter, no sound. So let's plug this in. There we are. So it's a bit scratchy. I wanted to clean it and then I realized it was doing the same thing on all inputs. Sounds good, bit scratchy, nothing major. It has a surround button that makes it sound more horrible. And I've just lost my cable to hook up things to this amplifier, so I'll need to find another cable in order to use this for testing. So this is cute and a bit weird, because I just put a new cartridge under this one. This is what the cartridge looked like. As you can see, the stylus is bent. Of course, the front camera doesn't autofocus, but still, stylus is bent. I've never seen this cartridge before. Usually what these record players have is one of these. So I have no idea what this is. It's the same, it connects in the same way, but I've never actually seen this before. So that was interesting. So it's a ceramic cartridge. It doesn't work on a normal phono input. It also doesn't quite work on a tape input. You need a dedicated ceramic input for it. So I'll need to find some old radio or so, or some old receiver from the 70s. But it's good enough to test if it works. And
Oh Lord, it's talking out.
so it's very noisy. If you listen carefully, listen. What does that remind you of? To me, it's like the startup sound from the first PlayStation. So something is a bit noisy about this one, but other than that, it works fine, and it's a really cute little thing. Isn't this level just supposed to come off like so? Am I missing something? Is this the way? No? That's the way. There's a little pull tab here to get the flatter off. It's kind of cool. See? I have to push this metal bracket up, and then let's go a little ridge here. It's kind of fun. So what's the noisy thing? Interesting. So the motor's fine. What is causing this to resonate so much? Still noisy. And of course this gets amplified by the platter. So that's why it's so smart that Lenko actually had their idle wheels turn like this, in that direction, not in that, because you get less amplification. I'm still impressed that many other brands never figured that one out. Let's clean the motor. Pulley. Oh, that's a lot better. That's a lot better. So some oil, some cleaning. Right. That should help a little. Because rubber doesn't really like alcohol that much. It actually takes off a small layer of the rubber, which usually also roughens it up. Okay, let's give the spindle a little bit of oil as well. Just lube it up. Here we are. And now it should run a lot better actually, and with quieter. It's great. So all this really needs is a nice radio or receiver to play with. You can actually set the weight of the tracking force. Let me check how much it is, because this is usually quite funny. 7.6 grams, and heaviest would be... Oh, it's the other way around, 3.75. Oh, that's okay, so if you move it forward, like there's a little dial here, it's actually lighter. 3.75 is not too bad. If it still tracks properly at that weight, it's actually not a vinyl killer, which is good. You may wonder if I'm filming everything I'm testing. No, I'm definitely not. I got a massive pile of 120 cassette decks that I'm testing, and it's so much work that I just don't have time to make a video of it. But this one just came in this last lot, so we can give it a test. It's a race now. The counter actually remembered where it was, which is quite impressive. Auto bias. Ah, it has auto bias, that's kind of fun. Okay, bit woolly sounding, but then this is probably a recording from some other test. Okay, reverse. It does seem to reverse fine, just nothing on the tape. Let's try the other deck. Hey, this one's running alright so far. Bit quicker. Doesn't reverse. It just doesn't. There it goes. Sometimes you just need to wait them up. Okay, now running in both directions. We got rewind now. Okay, change side. Fast forward, rewind. All is well. This one. Fast forward, rewind. You know what? Not too shabby. Let's try recording then. Okay. It's not great, but then I didn't clean it or anything. It may be super gross. I stand corrected. It is super gross. So I've noticed something with Philips. You have a rotating reverse head, like an auto-reverse system. So the head rotates depending on the direction the tape is running. And this never works properly. At some point the heads just get misaligned and blah, blah. With Philips, when the heads are not in use, they are like this. They're not like this or like this. Oh, wow. They're not straight or straight the other way. They're always like slightly off. And at first I thought that was a problem, but they all have it, so I think it is a philosophy. And these Philips decks never have this issue with the heads being misaligned. So I think they actually figured something out there. So how do I do this? Oh! So you just press pause, okay. Cool, and then you press record. It's not too happy, but then I don't know what kind of shape this tape is. Let's do an auto bias. I think record pause, auto bias, no? How does that work? I have absolutely no idea. Am I really gonna have to look for a manual now? Probably should have figured that one out. Here we go. You have to keep it pressed. Now it's winding to a bit of the tape that is not wonky. And it's recording a signal now, some beeps or whatever. Let me reset the counter so I can listen to what it actually records when it does that. It's giving it a second go. Normal fast CD sync append. That's a very DCC thing to say. It sounds like a DCC as well. Are you happy now with your own setup? Or are you going to give me an error now? I wouldn't be surprised because it didn't sound good at all. It may figure out that something's up. Okay, now it just rewound itself to... Oh, it's blinking. Yeah, it's giving me... I don't know what to do with this tape. That's interesting. So what did it record, I wonder? Reset the counter now. There you go. High pitched tones, listen. Can you hear? Really high pitched tones. So it's not happy about the biasing. I can imagine. So this is kind of cool. I think it has been used, but you really wouldn't tell. I've already looked at this one, because I was curious. It's in its bag, it's in its styrofoam, looking all glamorous. Let's drop this box. Here we are. So yeah, it's probably going to work fine, because these tend to. Let's see, what do we get? Let's see. Yeah, as expected, it works fine. It's a Lenco L3806. It's pretty much the same as the other one, just this one doesn't have USB. Ooh, nice. Oof. Did we get sound? Whoa. Okay, did you hear that? And did you guys see what happened? Because I didn't see it. I saw something from the corner of my eye. Did we just get a spark here? Because the amplifier just gave up a ghost. One channel. Why one channel? What the hell just happened? It just lost one channel. I think it was working on both before. That's... very interesting. Okay. I think the preamp in this also just died and took the amplifier with it. That's a very weird thing. So yeah, with stuff apparently blowing up now and me being stuck on my rug with my seat, let's try something else. Let's try this Philips record player. Comes with a... Isn't this supposed to fit in here somehow? I'm not sure if this belongs to this record player, to be honest. It's a bit... It does run, that's for sure. I heard one speaker go poof, so that's a start. It had a rough life, that's for sure. But let's see what it does, and doesn't. Ooh, not a lot so far. That's sad. It looks good. I mean, the buttons are obviously dead, but it looks in really good shape otherwise. Okay, yeah, that one's just, this one's just not in good shape. So, the amplifier doesn't seem to work a lot. I thought I heard something, but no. The automatic system doesn't work. It doesn't run on 78. Oh, it actually only runs on 45. Yeah, it's a bit of a mess, that one. Worth a try. I need the speakers though, because there's more coming. I need the entire site. Missing spindle, amplifier defective, only 45, automatic defective. So,
record players. I like little record players. So this one and the previous one both have in common that they also have a tape input, which is kind of nice because then you can just hook up, I don't know, a CD player or a phone or whatever to it. And you have a record player and an amplifier and speakers in one sort of package, well, not the speakers. It's funny, the volume faders are called loudness, and these are called treble and bass on one fader. It's a bit of a weird automatic system. Now that's reject, so how do I... Ooh, that doesn't feel good at all. That just happened. In case you think that was loud, yes, very. How do I get this thing to auto shut off? So maybe, yes, can you do this? Okay, there we are. 70, okay, you guys need to see this. This is amazing, look. Okay, there's a little window here. Can we see it? Yes, look at this. It gets better and better. It gets easier and easier. Okay, 33 it is. Put you back. Let's set it to 25 and see if that helps. See, now it gets a little further. It's not sinking. Why are you not going down? You're cute, but you're broken. So yeah, whatever this is, I don't even know what it is. It doesn't have a brand or anything. It is not functional. But it's a very, very funny little record player. There's literally nothing on it. I guess that was a brand at some point, but it fell off or so. Never seen it before. Probably something you got with a reading club or something, but cute stuff. Little record player. What the hell? This is not supposed to be that color at all. Down you go. Make me... Oh god. Comes with an insect. It was when you went. Never time. God, you poor thing. I am going to give the thing a clean because it actually fully works. Speed's not going to be an issue, I'll get that fixed. This is probably just dirty pots. If you see a follow-up video on the Aristona 5461, it's probably going to be this one. God, that's horrible, but I think it's actually going to be fine. Everything works, literally everything. It's just, my goodness, that's some dusty pots. This is fun, it's a complete rig. And it even came with all the cables pre-attached, so that helps. Is the music playing? Now it is. It's a bit of a clean. We are distorting. Hey, did it not record at all? That's just... Okay, we get some very far away sound. Oh. Let's give it a clean and see if that helps at all. Yep, there's your problem. The heads are all rough from abuse. And yeah, I should actually have sort of a polishing tape, if you know what I mean, but I don't have any. So what I'm going to do now is hurt everyone's feelings. Get some color polish. Can this play? Yeah, it can. Good. We'll probably stop at some point, but still. Ah, it keeps going. Good. Just polish this head. You may think that's a crazy idea, but it works. It's actually something that happens with real tape recorders as well. It's a bit more sophisticated then. You take them out and you just use a round motion and everything. It's called relapping. It's it works, but it doesn't save them in the end, because they will go bad. But with cassettes usually, it's actually quite a good idea, I found, to do this. It looks nice and polished and shiny again. Okay, some polish there. Let's remove this. We should have a much better sound. Recall. Thing runs really well. We lost the channel. That's not from my head cleaning, I can tell you that. It's not a completely happy machine, but then I'm not sure if it's a completely happy tape, so let's grab another one. It is a lot better. You know what? I'm going to give this one some exercise, and I think it's going to be fine. The amplifier works. The distortion has disappeared by now, so I think it was just from standing still a lot. Let's give the tuner an antenna. Stereo. Good stuff. So this all just works fine. It's just that the cassette deck has had some abuse. Just got some more abuse, but now at least it's working. So I'm going to give it a little more exercise. And probably a better clean and polish. And then this should be good to go. And that's cool, because it's very satisfying that it's all still together after, I don't know, 40 years. Because all we have left to test are some amplifiers, quite a few actually, and speakers. So I'll leave the speakers for last. That's very light. Ooh. Okay, that doesn't feel very solid, but let's try. That's not good. I hope it's not supposed to sound like that. I think I've just found the worst sounding amplifier I ever heard. Although wait, this is, yeah, no. This is actually, yes, it's supposed to be. That's a mess. That's an absolute mess. So it works, it's fully functional, but I hope it sounds better when it wakes up. But this is a Sanyo JA388, and this has to be the worst sounding amplifier I ever heard. Holy shit, the thing sounds vile. Slightly more upmarket, a Pioneer receiver, also has an equalizer, feels a little less cheap, but also not too great, to be honest. Oh. I think that's a power supply issue, to be honest. Yeah. Yeah, I know it's dead, I mean... You're dead! You're dead, mate! That's sad. Next up, Jevese. Very 80s with these buttons. Generally, quite reliable. Turn the volume down. We have some power. Oh, that's very cool. I mean, come on. Ooh, it responds really quickly. It's quite satisfying. I think that's, yeah, probably just presets. That needs a clean. Song's over. Let's see if we can get... There's no direct entering of the... No, okay, so just gonna... Okay. It has auto scan as well.
Tamira event die zal worden gezongen en het klinkt zo.
It needs a proper clean. It doesn't receive in stereo, which is a bit worrying. Okay. But it works. May get this one to work alright. It's the RK22 by JVC. Never saw this one before actually. It's kind of nice. It has this 80s vibe that I sort of dig. Ooh. More JVC with blue accents. What's this gonna look like when I turn it on? I feel like this may be quite flashy. Need to plug it in first, of course. Here we go. Wow! Oh, that is actually kind of nice. Can you see? I'm not sure if you can see that the whole scale lights up. Can I trying to get some shade on the thing? Throw some shade. See? Woo! Anyway, output power level all the way. Okay, worrying, very worrying. So these are supposed to respond to the volume. It's actually pretty much the same thing, can you see? Are these not supposed to stay on? Kind of nice that they don't, but it's pretty much the same machine, just a very different design. They are flickering. Oh, you're kidding me. It has a fucking beep. Look at this! Look at the tuning. That's cool.
Orientalen ganz allgemein studieren sehr
Genau,
genau
free of
die
free.
Kunst und das Geheimnis, eine Frau zu befriedigen.
They are studying completely normal the art and mystery of satisfying a woman. He just said it in German.
Steht sein Interesse dann
I'm not kidding.
Om 8 uur op SBS 6 en op kijk.nl. Nieuw
So it works fine. It's just that these stay on, and they're supposed to, be like a level indicator. So that's definitely not as intended. I'm not sure if it's going to be an issue otherwise, because it seems to work okay.
We want more!
We want more. Well, you will get more, because I'm not quite done yet. NAD stereo receiver 705, kind of a pretty thing, cute thing. This is a bit wobbly. I don't think it's supposed to be. Yeah, I think if I screw that a bit tighter, it should be fine. So my experience with these is that they work except for the display light. Usually. Okay. Now I'm getting tune up. But oh, that's a record switch. Ah. Oh, I was right then. Always the same. Do I get noise from the phone now? Yep. So this just works perfectly fine, except that, yeah, the light's off, as they do. Sometimes it's just the light, sometimes actually the entire display that's broken, and then it just sucks, of course. Display, light, defective. Can't speak English and write that. Doesn't work. Saving the worst for last, for a reason. This is one of those Sony surround receivers. I don't like them very much. They usually work though. But in case one of the speakers that I still need to test decides to blow out the amp, this is the one I'm least sad to see go. Works fine. They are really bad sounding amplifiers, but it works, as they always do, which is, I mean, that's something, right? And I have a pile of speakers to test, so let's try some pretty shoddy speakers. Usually when I get to test speakers, that is because of the speakers that are in really bad cosmetic shape. I'm just like, dude, don't even bother unless it's something really special. These are definitely not special, and they're in horrid shape, but the thing is they're mostly dirty, and they have some, yeah, the woodwork has some issues, but I think if you just clean these and spray paint some bits of them, or maybe the entirety of the speakers, to be honest, they're gonna be okay, and I just feel a bit sorry for them, to be honest, considering the shape they're in. And they do work.
Just gonna have a real good time.
Nope, they don't.
We're running to town.
That one has no highs.
Oh, that's the way I always say. But now, where you go? I'm alone.
So, yeah, that's end of story. Yeah, as you can tell, the speakers are real high quality today. This is kind of funny though, look. They have a square woofer, at least looks square. And then they have this square, but behind it's just a round little tweeter, because that's fake. There's nothing behind it. As far as I can tell, this looks like a metal thing. I'll just glue this back if they work, otherwise let's see. Oh, they are so much better than the Sonys. No comparing them. Yeah, that's nothing. There's nothing there. They sound better without that, actually. I'm gonna leave that off.
We walk down this road together alone. Forever we will go.
It may look prettier without, or with it, but they actually lack some highs, because this amp is quite bright sounding and they sound a bit woolly. So I figured I would just take it off. Yeah, they're not horrible. I knew they wouldn't be. I don't think Philips ever made a speaker that's... No, I'm wrong. They did. Never mind those. Yeah, the speaker game is top notch today, as you can see. Real amp strats. Oh boy. I think these are full range. I don't think there's anything there. I expect these to be vinyl. Oh, they are. Man, people buy this stuff and actually use it. They work fine. There's nothing wrong with them, but Jesus Christ, they're bad. Okay, I guess they are still okay. These are speakers by a brand, Peptide, which is actually quite a serious, I think it's a Dutch, I'm not sure, maybe German, speaker brand. The problem is that these... Ooh, thin. It's a bit to cut that off, but I'll have to. Stripping. You can leave your head on, actually. Different speaker wires. Clickety. So far it's only one. That one sounds alright though. There we are. Yeah, it's a rattle, but it's probably just because they are not... Yeah. These are just not any better than that. I think if you put a few screws in them, the rattle will be gone. So I'm not gonna completely give up on them yet. Slight rattle in English again. Okay, here we are. First of all, Pioneer stereo headphones. Not expecting much from these. Japanese headphones in general, unless it's Sony. Not too great, and even the cheap Sonys are pretty vile, but let's give them a shot. Either my head is too big or the headphones are too small, I'm not sure. Let's listen. One channel. Two channels. No highs, no lows. If you turn up the highs and the lows, they were right. Let me put them on the phone and see if you can hear anything. I will only know when it's too late, right? Let me open this up as far as I can. Here we go. I think there's microphones on both sides. And I'll turn the highs and the lows up. No idea if it works. I think they could get better with some playtime, but they are definitely not great. Your typical affordable Japanese headphones, but then they do have style. So I have here a litter of Canton speakers, and I generally like the brand, but only the upmarket models. The cheaper ones, not so much. Now these are not cheap. These are 115 euros each. They still were in 2015, but they are surround units. They need to be used with like a subwoofer and everything. But I know someone is looking for them, and I'm sort of curious what they sound like on their own. Fun fact, this is the center. I do have the missing Canton logo. It looks exactly the same, except it says center on the back. So I wonder if it sounds any different than the other ones. Let's test them. Yeah, they are your typical Canton. Quite aggressive. Not bad, but quite aggressive. So let's try them all quickly. Let's see if they work, because it's kind of nice. They were right. I mean, if you want to make a surround setup, which I never do, but if you do, these are not a bad thing to start with. Just, you know, hang them on the wall and... Yeah, that one works too. They all sound the same as expected. Really curious. Ooh, let's not make those cables touch, because then the amplifier will go... Yeah, that's what they do. Okay, these all work fine. Now let's see if the center is any different. As far as I can tell, it's just the name. I don't know, but... No, it's exactly the same. As expected. I'm not sure why they would put center on this, I guess just to make it easy. It also comes with the same mounting brackets. And they put these little feet on the bottom so you can put it on its side without it going ugly. These are not bad. These are actually quite good. So Maybe they can make someone happy. It's not for me. But there you go. Canton surround speakers. And that's all. I tested a lot. Bye.